Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Turn it on in the morning.
Every morning.
Come on, girl.
And leave it all day long.
Because they're funny, they're entertaining.
Shake that booty.
From 93.3 KZOZ.
Jeff Jeremy here, online at KZOZ.com, your home for the Red Zone Challenge. Don't forget, Thursday morning, 7:20, we'll do our closest games of the week. That's the 3 closest games of the week. Break it down. You'll have an opportunity to text in the winners of those 3 games to save my season. If you do that correctly, or at least get 2 out of 3 correct, then you'll win yourself a $50 gift card to go to the Poorhouse in Paso Robles, plus $50 off services from Be Right There Heating and Air. Call the B.com. That's this Thursday morning. Be listening. Text in the 3 games. The winners of each game get 2 out of 3 right and become a winner.
I paid $19 for a burger the other night at a restaurant, and I thought it was a good deal. That's where we're at.
Yeah. No, it is.
When I see this,
I remember when you and I went to Vegas and we were at Mandalay Bay years ago. It was a fight for UFC, and we went down there and like the cheapest thing on the menu was a cheeseburger for like $23. You'll actually find cheeseburgers more expensive here on the Central Coast now.
Yes, absolutely. And it was at the fancy cheeseburger place.
You'll find a $30 cheeseburger in more places.
And we walked our asses over to the Luxor and got some McDonald's.
And it gave me food poisoning. Remember that?
So you should have paid $23 for the burger, Jeremy.
Well, we did, but then we couldn't afford to do that twice. DJ money.
Listen to this.
Money.
Okay, have we talked about food yet this morning? I don't want to talk. We get complaints sometimes that we talk about food too much.
Yeah, well, it's life. All right, people eat.
Okay, 2 hand-prepared smashed Angus beef patties, seasoned and seared to perfection, layered with American cheese, creamy white queso, tortilla strips, jalapenos, diced onions, a Southwest sauce, served on a soft potato bun. How much would you pay for that burger if you got it at a restaurant?
Sounds like a $12 burger.
12? Just 12? Listen, the burger that I got the burger I got the other night.
Well, you never said Wagyu or anything. Like
I said
expensive burgers are
smashed
usually Wagyu.
Angus patties. Yes. That's what I said.
Yeah, this sounds like a fast food burger. Sounds like a new Carl's Jr. burger or something like that.
You know your fast food, sir. This is a Sonic burger. This is on their winter menu. It's coming out. This is $7.49 is what that runs you at Sonic.
You can get 2 of those.
But I mean, sounds pretty good.
You can get 3 of those for what you paid for your burger.
That's the double. The triple is only $1 more if you want 3 patties.
God, that's too much. You gotta get it in your mouth.
Dude, that's what I say, man. Like with all that other stuff on it, like you could get a 3x3 at In-N-Out and get that in your mouth if you don't get all that stuff on it, right?
Or you get a protein style.
The way I like a burger is I like ketchup and mustard or just spread on it with the cheese. Then I can fit that in my mouth. But when you put all that other stuff on it, the queso sauce, the tortilla strips, the jalapenos, the onions, you have to smash that down. And it's already a smash burger, I guess, but there's 3 patties on that thing. That's $8.49.
Well, smash burgers, yeah, you could probably get away with it because they are thinner. Like, I'm looking at their double Sonic Smasher right now. You could, oh man, it's not a huge burger, so you probably want to get 2 if you were hungry. If you were just trying to tide yourself over. Damn, that looks good. I'm a big fan of Sonic. I didn't realize that they had such great burgers. So you're looking at the triple Sonic Queso Smasher?
Yeah, I was looking at the double. You're looking at the triple.
Oh, sorry.
Kind of stuff you're into there.
Well, it just draws. My eyes went right to it. The double Sonic Queso Smasher. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Ooh, they got a garlic butter bacon cheeseburger. Boy, I'm getting hungry.
Look at all those jalapenos falling off that thing, man. I mean, that has the right balance of flavor explosion going on it.
Only 700 calories.
Like you said, I could get 3 of those for what I got the burger for at the restaurant the other night. You know, with tip and everything.
I don't know why you need the crunchy tortilla strips on there. That seems
I like
to
it.
be.
That adds texture. So my wife,
does it?
She does this all the time with her tuna fish sandwich. She puts potato chips on it.
Oh, yeah.
And she puts potato chips on everything. Actually, the best thing.
Do you ever look at her and go, that's so trashy?
The best thing she's ever introduced me to is they got these at Vaughn's. They got these like pretzel deli sandwiches. They're like sliders, and you can get either the 3 tiny sliders or the 2 larger sliders. And it has like Black Forest ham and Swiss on it. And what she does is she buys those, and then a bag of jalapeno chips, and then Tim's Cascade, and then she takes 2 chips and puts them on each sandwich. And that's your meal. And then she usually gives the chips to me, and I wolf them down. And she gives me a sandwich, and then she takes a sandwich. It is the best sandwich that you can have. And you know what makes the sandwich? The 2 jalapeno chips. It's so good. That texture, that flavor is awesome.
I mean, I love all that stuff, and I love jalapeno chips. But
it is so good. Go down to Vaughn's today, buy the pretzel bread, ham, Swiss sandwich, and put 2 jalapeno chips on it. I know you have Tim's Cascade just laying around because you love those chips.
I do love them very much.
Put 2 of those jalapeno chips, size appropriate, and bite down on that. You will never taste the sandwich better than that. And you made it your own. I mean, it's 2 of your favorite things, jalapeno chips and making it your own. I mean, you really should run to this instead of walk.
Sorry, I'm downloading the Sonic app. Would you like to send notifications? Don't allow.
Oh, you're going to get this?
That's the app not to track.
The line's, I've noticed the line's gotten long again. It's Sonic.
Yeah, I'm ready, dude. I'm ready to get on it. Let's do it.
Okay. You can try that.
Hell yeah.
Tortilla strips.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
well, I don't care about that.
The texture.
That's not going to turn me away from the burger. I'm going to say, how about no tortilla strips, extra jalapeno?
Can you go light on the tortilla strips? You got to try it in its pure form, the way they intend for you to try it, and then make the modifications afterwards. Because who knows, you could be missing out on a big part of the sandwich.
Join the Central Coast Social Network. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
KZOZ.
So I saw this new study. 45% of Americans have this in their home. 45% of Americans have one of these medical devices in their home. What do you think it is? Medical device.
I don't know. I have zero. Like, what
we
is
have one.
Medical device?
We have one. My wife bought it.
Crutches? Walker? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I guess that's a medical device. That's not what the answer is.
We do have crutches because my daughter is crazy, and she bought. So she wanted crutches so bad that she saved up money, which wasn't much. It was like $18 or something like that on Amazon. And she's like, I have $18. Can I buy these crutches off of Amazon? I'm like, what do you need crutches for? She's like, because I like to walk around on them. Okay, fine. Bought the crutches. Now, it's like her favorite thing to play with. She walks around the cul-de-sac with the crutches on. I told her for April Fool's Day, because she had a gymnastics competition on April Fool's Day. I said, you know what you should do? Show up on your crutches to the gymnastics competition. Give your team a scare. She wouldn't take it that far. I'm like, you took it as far to walk around our house where we see these people on a reguler basis.
Now, your son, on the other hand,
crazy
got more of your personality. He would do that. Probably, he would be like, oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. These medical devices that I'm talking, 80% of consumers have at least one medical device in their home, and that includes an electric toothbrush. But this device is actually more.
Electric toothbrush is
more
a
people
medical
have this
device
than a electric toothbrush. They're also considering pedometer, which is a fitness tracker. 24% have those, but 45% of people have a blood pressure monitor in their house.
Hold on. Does your watch, tech guy, does your watch tell you what your blood pressure is?
No.
Can it do that? It can't.
No, I had like a Generation 2 iWatch or Apple Watch or whatever the hell you call it. So they're up to like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 now. So I gave up on the watch. It's in a drawer.
Does the 6, 7, or 8 have that on it?
I think some of them might, but I'm not positive. I know it's always tracked your heart rate and, of course, your steps.
Don't you have to have the constriction process, like where they?
Well,
like
yeah,
when
you would think so.
doctor?
Yeah, but we have a blood pressure monitor. Charlene bought. I don't know why she bought it years ago. And so I used to get pissed off because every time I'd go to the doctor, You get there, you're like, oh, I got to weigh in. Am I going to make weight or did I gain weight? And so then you go in there and you're like, okay. And then you go sit down and they're asking you all these questions. And as they're doing it, they're strapping the blood pressure monitor on. And then they're like, oh, you're a little elevated today. And I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, this is BS.
Yeah, because it's stressful when you're putting something on my arm and squeezing the
and you're
crap
asking
out
me
of
all
my
these
arm.
questions. And I'm out of breath because I had to walk down this hallway. And anyway, so I
And now I'm getting more worked up about it because you told me I have high blood pressure.
So now what I started doing is I got this blood pressure monitor here. So I take my blood pressure right before I leave for the doctor's office. I sit down in a chair, I strap it on, I push, and then I take a picture of the screen. I do it 3 times. And I go to the doctor's office and I'm normal. I get to the doctor's office, it's a little elevated. So I'm like, hey, look at this. I took this 15 minutes ago. And they're like, wow, you must have white coat syndrome. And I'm like, whatever you want to call it, you guys stress me out. I don't like it. I'm worried I'm going to have high blood pressure. Not that I've ever had high blood, but we're talking like, I don't know, one.
And I'll see you when insurance forces me to come back.
128 over like 80, 87 or something like that. But the last time I went in, because I've got my mental game in check, 116 over 64, which he was like, dude, that's money. Your money. And so I'm like, all right, then quit stressing me out. So anyways, I definitely have white coat syndrome because it's happened my whole life.
Oh,
and
dude,
I finally,
it is stressful going to the doctor.
49, I'm going to be 49 here in a few weeks. I finally got this thing dialed in to where it's not stressing me out anymore. But 80% of people,
I think, is it
have
like
a
one of
device.
those things?
45 have a blood pressure monitor.
Is it one of those things? The more you go, the more you become deadened to the whole process.
Yeah, they got me going in there all the time. I had to get a flu shot. Then they're like, oh, you better get the pneumonia one because you've had pneumonia. So I'm like, all right, I'll do the pneumonia. Then they're like, well, do you want the COVID one? We got that right here. I'm like, nope, I'm not taking that. And they're like, why? And I'm like, why do you think? Because I got the first vaccine. You're like, oh, you should be good. And then all of a sudden I have to get one every 3 months.
2 weeks later, I got
yeah,
COVID.
I'm like, no, I'm fine. And I've had COVID and I'm good. All right. So it's on me. But I do get the pneumonia and the flu. So I'm always seems like I'm going in there like every 3 months. So it's been a little bit.
I saw walking pneumonia trending on Twitter the other day. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
pertussis.
A lot
pertussis.
of people have walking pneumonia, and then
young people.
And then it was like the same time Debo Samuel had it, and I was like, "Wow, man, is everybody getting pneumonia?"
So
right
that's
now?
what I had.
And my daughter's friend has it right now.
So I had walking pneumonia, and I believe walking pneumonia isn't as bad as actually pneumonia because you were hospitalized with pneumonia. You didn't have walking pneumonia, right? You had the full on ass kicking pneumonia. Yeah.
I had like cement in my lungs, pneumonia.
So I was coughing and stuff, but mine was like a fever
Got me to stop
thing.
smoking though.
And I remember I would get the chills so bad that I started hyperventilating. Like that's so weird, right? Like I'm literally shaking, and finally my wife came over and she like started rubbing my shoulders and like trying to just comfort me, and then I got my breathing under control. But I was like, holy cow, I'm having a full-on panic attack here.
Yeah.
80% of people have a device, 45% have a blood pressure monitor. Do you have one at your house?
Nope.
It's not a bad
But
idea. Blood pressure kills. High blood pressure kills. You got to keep it in check.
I've never had a problem with it though. Like in my history, I've been on this planet for 49 years. I have never.
With all the caffeine you drink, I'm surprised.
Even when I'm sick, I know I drink a lot of caffeine. Like you think
it must
I drink
be a
a lot
myth.
of coffee.
They say like if you drink a lot of caffeine, you could have high blood pressure. It must be a myth.
Look at right now.
Yes.
Double fisting.
Oh yeah, because your wife gave you hers because she didn't like it.
Yeah. Because she got some kind of apple creamer. I'm like, well, it's coffee. You're not going to let it go to waste, especially because you spent $4 on it at Starbucks. I'll drink it. And I don't let anything go to waste. That's what keeps my blood pressure down. The fact that I could sleep at night knowing that I won't let anything go to waste.
93.3 KCOZ rocks. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Did you hear about this guy that rolled over 10 cents and made it into $500,000?
No.
Okay, so this dime, it's a really rare dime because it has an error on it It was minted in San Francisco in 1975. And I guess all dimes have an S marked on it for the mint mark, but this one did not. It maybe got misstruck in the process or not struck in the process.
Okay. So it was like a...
this is going to make me check every single dime I have.
No, I just throw them on the ground.
I know. That's what I like.
I just leave them in the tray things. Unless it's a quarter, I just leave it.
3 sisters from Ohio inherited this dime when their brother passed away. He kept it in the bank vault for more than 40 years because he knew it had value because it was a rare dime. They put it up for auction in Irvine last Sunday, and it fetched $506,250 because there's no S-proof on the dime. It was sold to him, the guy that left it to his sisters, in 2019 for $456,000. Or no, I'm sorry. It was sold at auction. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's only one other one. That one was sold in 2019 for $456,000 at another auction. So there's 2 of these dimes in the world, but there's only 2 of these dimes in the world because people don't look for that kind of stuff on a dime, right?
Yeah, you just don't even know.
Are you ever looking for it?
You don't even know.
We don't know how many there are. That's crazy. Is this going to make you check your dimes?
Yeah, I don't have any, but if I get one, I'll check.
What do you mean you don't have any dimes? You got to have at least some dimes laying around.
Maybe in my truck in the change thing, I might have a
That's
couple.
what I'm talking about. The other day.
Where is this mark at again?
It's on Roosevelt's head. So it's supposed to be like right by. I don't have any change on me right now. Dang it! I've been hanging out with you too
Why
much.
don't you just share? Why don't you just share the
time.
picture on Facebook? Is there a picture associated with this that you can share so people can see what we're looking for? That's important to know. Yeah. I'm sure it's a waste of time, but why not? I mean, it takes that long.
It's not a waste of time. All it is looking at a dime. Like, how is that a waste of time? Like, go through your dimes. How many dimes do you have? Now, there are people that keep coffee cans filled with change, and going through all those dimes might be a cumbersome process, probably to no avail too. But could you imagine if you find another one? Now, the more that people find, the less value they'll have. Like the third one that ever gets found would definitely bring down the value of all 3, right? And what if 10 to 15 of these arrive on the market? That would bring down the value. But if you could get the third one, your opportunity is there, right? Do you ever run across something of value that you have or that your family has? And they're like, oh, that's worth some money. We've had things that we thought could be worth some money, and then
found
out.
So my mom's always talked about
bupkis.
this dragon. Have I brought this up before, that my grandfather took off Hitler's bar? So my grandfather was in World War II, and they broke into one of his bunkers, like house bunkers, whatever it was, and they were down like in his man cave. A pool table, bar down there, leather furniture, and he took this thing off when they stormed it. It was an iron. It looks like a dog/dragon, and he has his hand over a globe, which is supposed to be the world. And
this was taken from Hitler?
From Hitler's bar. And my uncle has it somewhere. And so my mom's like, we got to ask your Uncle Bill about that. I'm like, yeah, we do. Yeah. Well, I mean, he should go cash it in. I mean, the thing is, my Uncle Bill, he owns like 7 body shops. He's doing very well. He has a couple of homes. So I don't know if he really needs the money, but it's but do
you want to chase it down?
It at least should be, yeah, I mean, he's in his 70s, so almost 80s. So, I want to make sure that stays in the family or somewhere. I mean, we don't want that just to end up in a garage sale somewhere. So, that's pretty cool. Would you want something from Hitler's house in your house? I don't know if I'd want. I mean, I think it's a cool story to think that my grandfather was in World War II and look what he got. But I don't know
if it's like, what if
it's cursed or something? I don't know.
What if it's viewed by historians as no-fly zone? Like, remember O.J. Simpson?
Like the gloves?
No, but he was like going to sell off his memorabilia to pay his legal fees, and nobody wanted to pay a dime for his, not even a strike dime for any of his memorabilia. So he had to sell it for pennies on the dollar just to scrape up.
It would have to be
anything. What if it's seen the same way
it
by
it would have to be
historians?
worth tens of thousands of dollars, like to make it justifiable to get rid of something that's kind of has such a cool fact.
Was it after he was dead?
No, he was alive. It was World War II.
So it was while he was
It was in World War II. Yeah, they broke in. They took over. I mean, he had multiple homes, bunkers, things like that all over Germany.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they broke into one of them and they got this thing. And who knows? I don't know. Maybe he had one at every bar. Maybe he didn't. Maybe this was the only one. Pretty crazy.
Wow, that's.
I'm gonna have to ask her about that again.
You should call like a somebody like a
antique
I don't
person.
know. Auction place. But here's the problem. When you think you have something that was worth value and you call these places, I feel like they're on the schneid to work
it's like
you out of
baseball
it.
card guys, right?
Yes,
I got a baseball card.
Yes, 100%.
But
100%.
what am I going to do? I'm just going to get ripped off. But you know what? They're just sitting in my... I don't know what to do with baseball cards. It's the worst. Like, I don't trust anybody. Yeah, so apparently it's worth $1,500. Really? Are you going to give me... Oh, no, I'd only give you like $8. Yeah. Sure.
Like
baseball card guys are the sleaziest snakes.
This one's got a little smudge right here, so it's worth nothing.
Why don't you just leave it here with me? I'll take care of it for you.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.